Welcome to Cannabis School. I'm your host, Jesse Angeles.
And I'm Brandon Elder.
And we're here to talk to you about everything pertaining to cannabis, from vape,
Flower,
edibles,
strains,
and everything in between.
Welcome back.
Well, welcome.
Well, that was so much more chill than last episode.
Oh, yeah.
I think we just kind of mellowed out after like a little bit of magic.
Yeah, that was really good. It was really, really good.
Hey, we just wanted to take a second. Thank everyone at home for tuning in. Thank all of our Patreon supporters. Mad love for helping us get to where we're at and for everyone who supports us.
Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy to us that, you guys listen every week and
It's still weird. Like, we did an episode on the sesh with Bennett Maxwell.
Yeah.
And I just did the editing of that the other day. And I was listening to it because he was talking about, like, hey, I hit my first million and I wanted to, I felt unfulfilled.
Yeah.
Like, it's very fleeting. And so you're like, hey, where's my next goal? Where's this? And he was like, oh, when you guys started the podcast, did you think that you'd be listened to all over the world, that you'd be like number one on here and here? And like, that you would feel like this? And it was like, no, like when we started, we just thought no one would listen.
Yeah.
And then it was like, okay, but we've been in this stage this whole time.
Yeah.
So we don't look at it and go, oh my gosh, it doesn't have the same excitement that you would think. And I was like, oh man, that's crazy. So
no, we get together and
love
we record
you guys
every week.
This has been amazing. We love that you guys tune in. We love sharing like new strains and a little bit of us. The session has been kind of breaking a little bit more into that.
Yeah, and we appreciate. I mean, we see that. We listen to you guys. I know it took forever for us to put it out, but we just wanted to make sure it was good, and it is going really well. It's awesome. These conversations we're having.
Check it out every Thursday.
Yeah, and hey, if you think you'd be good to have on as a guest, reach out to us, see what's going on.
If you know someone who has an amazing story that would be good as well,
and if you got connections, if you got connections in the cannabis space, and you know some really cool people in that space, hey, we'd love to chat with them. It'd be awesome.
Yeah. So hit us up, hosts at cannabisschool.us, or just down in the show notes.
Yeah.
But today, we're checking out one of Jesse's strains.
I grabbed one of these over there. This is a Betty product.
You just opened that.
Yeah, I just barely opened it. This one is called Grass Valley Girl. We have those carts that are like the Stizzy carts.
Yeah.
Right? It was a Nova battery. I really like this battery. And I really like these carts. They don't clog.
Not really, but they do have, you said, a double drop-down feature.
Yeah, to warm.
That it'll preheat it. However, did you know that they have a Nova 2 version, I think, that comes out that has like a changing of the temperature? Yeah, because the time before that I went and picked up from them, one of the bud tenders or pharmacists was like, hey, the next one, like, because those goes fast. I feel like the pods I burn through pretty quick, even with the 1 gram. And the guy's like, oh, the next one's changed the temperatures. So this is Grass Valley Girl, which is made from
San Fernando Valley
OG and Face Off OG.
Face Off. You know what I think about that? That John Woo movie in the 90s with Nicolas Cage and John Travolta, where they get this like big time like crime boss. I don't know. It's just this weird idea. Anyways, the guy gets put in a coma, played by Nicolas Cage. And the FBI guy is John Travolta. And John Travolta is like, oh, we got to get all the information because he's got bombs. He's going to blow them up in the city. And they're like, well, we can do this one experimental thing. He's like, I'll do anything. And they're like, okay, well, we're going to cut your face off. And then we're going to cut his face off. And we're going to lay his face over the top of your face.
What?
And then we're going to change your voice with this little implant. And you'll go in and you'll be him. So it's funny because these guys are like, one guy is good, the other guy's bad, and the other good guy's going to go in as the bad guy to get the information from the other bad guys in prison. He wakes up and he has no face. So this is the funny thing. Like, This is a medical facility, right? That's all I'm thinking about. I'm like, wait a minute. They just left this fucker to rot? They're like, hey, we're going to take your face. We're not going to put anything on it. We're just going to take your face off. And they wrapped it with like gauze. Like that's going to help. It's going to turn to a giant fucking scab. But anyways, they take it and he forces this doctor with his other goons because he's a crime boss. That's the only thing with these pods. Like
a cough.
Yeah, the cough always. With any disties.
But I feel like it's only at the beginning, and then after, like, it's not as bad.
It's got a unique taste.
Whoo.
Yeah, it'll make you cough.
Man. Yeah, so it's supposed to have, like, citrusy, earthy notes.
Yeah, you get those. Citrusy, I get the citrusy.
Yeah.
But it's like the rind.
Oh, man.
It's not like the good lemon. And it hits you in the head.
Down here, it does. Straight to the head. I was like, holy cow.
Yeah, I'm sorry I was going off on Face Off there. I mean,
That's
it was
funny.
just like...
I don't think I've seen that.
Dude, you got to see that movie. I mean, it's dumb because it's just like all of a sudden Nicolas Cage is a bad guy. Now he's a good guy.
Oh,
and
man.
he's like fat John Travolta. And he's just, look. But he says some of the funniest lines, like one of the best lines, and I'll stop it. But this is a good line. His daughter is like in the front seat and this guy's trying to get up her skirt and she's trying to fight him off. He comes out, smashes the window, pulls the kid out, and beats the shit out of him. And the girl gets out, and he goes, girls that dress like Halloween will have ghouls trying to get into their pants. She's like, all this fucking makeup and shit. And I was like, that's a funny fucking line. You got to see that movie.
Man.
It's retarded. But the good thing about it is, if you get high on Grass Valley Girl, you're really going to enjoy it. This is a slow down strain. This is
like, yeah, it was like right to the face though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's beta myrcene, limonene, pinene, and beta pinene.
Dude,
are the terpenes.
I know this is hitting you hard because I see your eyes.
I felt it, like I feel it in my eyes. It's crazy, but it makes me want to take another hit. I'm like, I know I feel this in my eyes, but like I kind of like it.
I really like it. You know, this is more of a hybrid sativa leaning. It's really cool.
It's supposed to be an all-day strain.
Well, and Grass Valley Girl can also be found. Maybe Grass Valley Girl is their interpretation here, but Valley Girl is commonly referred to this with Grass Valley Girl. At least on the search that I put up there, I found it.
Yeah, Valley Girl OG.
Valley Girl OG, but the lineage is, I think it's similar.
Same one.
Yeah, it's the exact same.
Yep.
So this is just like a local thing for Grass Valley Girl. Totally fine because they grow everything here.
Yeah.
So, you know how it is with the names, but there's usually a commonality with the name. And Valley Girl, highly recommended. You want to look at that. We should probably put that in. I'll do that one. Making sure, like in the notes,
we'll put
it there, saying Grass Valley Girl, aka Valley Girl. So that way, if you're somewhere, you can check it out. It hits you in the throat and the face. I'm not caught. Where?
Like right. I know. What's he doing back?
What's up, dude?
Dude, it every time I hit that, it's like way down here that I get it. I'm like, God, makes me cough up, and I'm like,
that's crazy because it didn't make. I mean, I feel a little bit of it, but I'm not coughing, and it's hitting you. But I can see it hit you in the face.
Oh
like,
yeah.
It feels like a tentacle of like a giant squid.
Right on there.
It feels like it's pulling on my face.
That's funny.
Like, you remember one strain was like a long ass time ago?
It was like coning.
Yeah. It was like pulling my head down. Like I was like, why is it like an acre on my
Lots
head?
of funny strains.
But this one is good. Hyper, but focused. I felt like even the last strain that we smoked, that one, as it starts to go along, it gets a little cloudy. You get
interesting.
I got a little like relaxed and kind of.
I did get really relaxed. I don't know if I was cloudy with that one.
Cloudy meaning like it just like I was floaty. Yeah, that's a better word.
Okay.
I was floaty.
Okay.
I felt like my brain was kind of like I know it's got like fluid in there.
Yeah.
It's not blood, but it's fluid and
yeah.
when it like
it
moves.
Feels floaty.
Yeah, it feels like my brain's like floating around in there. But I don't feel it really strongly.
Not foggy.
Not foggy.
Okay.
Not foggy. Pulls on the face, but it feels really good. Like
I feel it on the top of my head a lot.
I feel it. I feel it mostly in my right here.
Interesting.
like in my nose and in my forehead.
Definitely behind my eyes. I feel it behind my eyes.
Mhm.
But I feel it on top of my head a lot.
Probably give you red eye.
This one's supposed to be good for migraines and depression.
Oh, totally.
And chronic pain and inflammation. I'm like, I feel like that with the last one too.
This would be a great flower strain
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I wonder if they
if they have that.
have
I'm
that in
sure
flower.
they do, because it's. I'm just. I'm hit or miss with disties. I've really enjoyed betties, and dragonflies. I really like
Just in carts there.
just in
At
carts.
least there. There's other places around the country I'm sure you can find.
Valley Girl.
Yeah.
We could probably find Valley Girl at another dispensary too here. But it's fantastic. I would, this is something I would totally be fine with in a cart. And I mean, it's like I go through stages. Like sometimes I'm just like all flower. Sometimes I'm just concentrates.
Mine's a bad habit that,
If I have a pen though,
yeah, that's my bad habit.
yeah, me too. Like I've got,
Well, I had mine in my pocket because it was that one.
no.
You've got another one in your pocket.
No,
Yeah.
I've got this one. Like this is in my pocket, but if
Yeah.
it's in my pocket,
It's just convenience. And then
Dude,
it's like candy.
I'm puffing on it all the time.
I have to go set mine on my desk. But if I'm at my desk, I have to set them aside and go, no, I have to use my vaporizer if I'm going to do it. Because otherwise,
Yes.
I'm just like so convenient, so like hand to mouth that I'm like, and they don't last. They're great, but it's 30, 40 minutes. And so then it's like, it's so convenient to just go, well,
Another.
it's right here.
And another.
Well,
Yeah.
it's right here.
That's why I lock mine up. I literally put them in my green cross
Yeah.
box, and it's just I've got tons of 510s and stuff like that, and I use it as a medicine cabinet most of the time because I
Yeah.
need something fast and I don't want to go outside. And I don't know what's going on. Like in my area, I'm close to a lake, and it's just like I could get swarmed with mosquitoes going outside. Like it's not worth it to me.
It's convenience too. Like, yeah, where you are, there's tons of mosquitoes. And I hate mosquitoes. They eat me
I don't know
alive.
anybody who likes them.
Yeah,
There's a few
me neither.
people.
They're called
I just love
sadists.
I'm just gonna go outside and get bitten to death.
Yeah, that's what happens. I walk out and I get like so many bites.
Swarmed.
It's horrible.
Yeah, we got the mosquito treatment for our lawn.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah, and the
Yeah.
neighborhood does it. The HOA there.
Good.
Like we're just renting this place, but man, dude, it's dope.
Oh, man.
That's dope.
You know what's cool about this strain?
You cough a lot?
Yeah, I know, right? So the last one that we did had high CBG. This strain says it's 5% CBG.
I could see that.
And I'm like, oh, that's amazing. I loved that in their last strain, the high CBG, and seeing how this is like feeling, how it interacts. That's dope.
Dude,
I love this.
I love this. It's a great. Yeah, it feels very similar to magic.
But like, I feel it different in my head.
Totally different.
Very different. Way more like, that's interesting. Now I feel it towards the back of my head.
Me too.
Isn't
I
that
feel it in the front, right here now,
odd?
and here. Not in the middle though.
Yeah.
I don't feel it on the top of my head.
Nope.
It's just like,
It's so odd.
and this is pressing and this is pulling. Like,
Yeah.
It's so weird. Like
Unique.
how these terpenes get into your body and they just change everything.
I know.
Your perception, the way you touch, the way you feel, the way you taste things, the way you see things.
Well, because even different strains, different terpenes, the lights will be brighter, the lights will be more muted, the lights, like it really depends on the experience. Like
Yeah, this-
everyone is different.
This is more sedative, and why I say that is that there is a dulling sense. I feel it really strong in my head now, like really strong.
It's like
On the
I'm
top,
getting
yeah.
pulled.
Yes,
Dude, this is wild.
totally is, right?
This is so cool.
It's just this like, but it's not like I want to go to sleep. It's just I don't want to.
feel it in my chin all of a sudden. The chin and the top of my head.
It's super crazy how fast this travels.
Yeah.
Like, and when you were describing it, I exactly
feel it,
right here.
Right? I was like,
It's weird.
what in the world?
It's super weird.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
My head almost feels kind of heavy, but like not at the same time.
Oh dude.
This is funny. I like this strain.
This is a good feel. This is a great feel.
So Valley Girl is happy, funny, like kind of like relaxing, not overly.
Not overly. I mean, I feel it really in my head. The rest of my body is just relaxed.
Yeah.
It's just relaxed. And the CBG count has just continued on with that kind of pain relief that I was getting earlier from my sore muscles. It just feels good. It hits you pretty hard and fast. But as it dissipates, like it's still in my chin. It feels like something's pulling on my chin.
Isn't that weird?
That's so weird. And the cool thing is, this isn't just my shit. This is your shit too. So that's cool.
Yeah, that we're both having that.
Yeah, because now we're like really feeling it like at the same
the
time.
Development is like
and our endocannabinoid systems couldn't be more different.
Yeah.
And that's cool. Especially in a cart because it's rare to see you get
behind
hit.
my eyes with like one or two hits.
Yeah, like I saw after the first hit, you were like...
I was like, but it's the coughing. Usually too, if I get coughing like that, it's like, oh my gosh. But I don't...
But it's cool. It's like the first couple hits.
I feel this one behind my eyes.
You can see that you feel it.
I don't feel high.
No. But I mean...
I feel it.
It's exactly like what you just stated there. I'm not high...
Yeah.
But I feel it. Like, I'm not laughy giggly. I consider myself high when I'm giggling and I'm just...
Okay.
I can do whatever. Like, if I'm high, like, I wanted to be there. But if I'm functional, this is something where I can be functional. And if I wanted to, because of my intent, I can be high with this. This is an easy to get high with strain.
I feel like I might be able to if I did like a ton of it all at once. If I had a concentrate, maybe flower and so the other day I actually
make some moon rocks.
I thought of doing that. I really did. I was like, I might make some moon rocks with cheetah piss and some flour, and I'm sitting there or put it in a joint. I think that's something I'm going to do this weekend because
dude, that's an idea.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm going to do that in my little bong.
Oh, yeah.
My MJ Arsenal. I love that little bong. That thing is so cool.
You just have to figure out, do you pair it with cereal milk? Do you pair it with like...
cheetah piss and cereal milk? Ooh.
Or
Jerry OG.
Ooh, Jerry could be a really good pairing.
Yeah, we still need to do that one.
Or, do you have Tropicana cherries anymore?
Oh, no. I smoked that. I smoked that so fast. I love that strain.
Yeah, that disappeared a long time ago.
Yeah, that was a good shit, dude. But I gotta say, man, a little bit of cottonmouth, not bad. Totally functional. I mean, I'd want to have water or something there.
Yeah. Or
some
Lubricity.
Lubricity, get it now.
Yeah, I got the mint one.
Oh, nice. I like the strawby.
Mm-hmm. I still think it's crazy they're in like Walmart and CVS on the East Coast.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's worth it. Check it out. Lubricity.
We have a code, right?
Yeah. CSP 15.
CSP 15. So when you're at checkout, go ahead and put that in. It's a gift from them to us to you. And so, yeah, get it over there. It's really nice. I mean, that's perfect with this type of strain.
Oh, yeah. That changed it instantly.
Yeah, totally changed it because now I can focus on the feel. Because I tend to feel like when you get cotton mouth, it kind of pulls your attention to it.
Yeah, it really does.
You're like,
oh, man, my mouth's dry. And then you can't stop focusing on it. Yeah. Get yourself a lot of water, some Lubricity, and some nom nom nom.
Yeah, some nom nom nom.
But, it's definitely worth it. Check it out.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't get very munchy on this strain. I don't feel like I'm hungry.
I don't feel like it's not overly chatty. It's not like a crazy munchy strain. I feel like it would be a good work day strain. I could focus, get work done, take away a lot of the pain and stuff.
Go for a walk.
I would love to go for a walk with something like that.
Go for on a motorized scooter.
Oh,
yeah.
Longboarding ride. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just you can see that going up the canyon. Like I'm thinking early morning because it's still cool.
Oh, it gets really cool in the mornings up
Yeah,
there.
but it'd be awesome. Like you're just going down and you're just feeling that coolness over there. You got like a nice hoodie on, but it's just flying. That sensation.
Now I just feel like I need to reach out to my brother and go do that like tomorrow or
Yeah.
something.
Because that would be like, this is what I would see that doing. Just so chill and pulling forward. Like it really makes
Pulls
you
you
want to
forward.
go. Like if you had like, if there's manual labor, this would be really good for that. It'll take you a little bit because it's a little heady at first.
Yeah. Let it develop and
Yeah.
see where
You're in your
you're
work
at.
truck. And you're
Go
just
slow.
like,
You low and slow. One hit at a time.
one hit, definitely.
Yeah.
That would be cool if they had that same option that the other thing that said it was going to do it, but it doesn't really do
The
it.
dose.
Yeah, the dose from mode.
It kind of works.
It does for a little while. It dies like incredibly fast.
Battery life doesn't last very long on it.
No.
But I do like the dosing control. I think you might have to charge it every day
Yeah.
kind of thing.
What I understand is that if you use the app, that's where it really like kicks ass because then it just
cool.
you can name the strain that you were using at the time and all that other stuff.
Yeah, you can give a lot more detail, and then it shows other strains that other users use that work really well. So then it'll be like, hey, you've had this experience and liked it. These other people have liked these type of ones that also like this. So it might give you ones to lean towards, kind of like apps like Jointly or other things.
Right.
But it's good to write down your experience and kind of, especially if you're trying to understand medically or like truly what every cannabinoid, terpene, everything like that does to you.
Yeah.
That's the best way you can figure out what it's going to do.
Well, and also just thinking about it, like, what I love about cannabis is that, when with brands such as like, anything from food to clothing, like we tend to gravitate towards either one type of brand for certain things like shoes. Like I like my Converse and I like my Pumas.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
That's what I like.
I've liked lots of brands.
But when it comes to cannabis, it's really hard to going, no, that's my strain. I only smoke that. Like even this last batch of Pineapple Express, one of my favorite strains. Not so much now. It's good, but it's just not great. And it just depends on cultivar to cultivar. So maybe
100%.
because I had a California Pineapple Express from a certain cultivar at a certain time, and they just did such good job with it. It was great.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to have to see about maybe if we can get, not for the show because we've already done it, but Pineapple Express for another like Oregon or California cultivar and see, what that's like because it's been a minute.
Yeah, it had been a minute, but it just goes to show like things like this, like Grass Valley Girl, like why'd I pick it up? Well, because I haven't tried it yet. And I really wanted to be able to see what, if this would have a good experience, because I tend to find myself going like Tropicana cherries. Like I love that strain, but at the same time, I'm glad I'm out because now I can try something else to see if I like that too. And the feeling isn't the same from strain to strain to strain to strain to strain, right? There's some similarities, but it always comes down to the terp profile because I've had some Pineapple Expresses that made me dopey as shit. And then other ones that I'm like,
yeah.
Or some that are just kind of weak
Depends on
sauce.
which one it is.
Yeah,
Who
exactly.
the cultivar it is. And so.
And it's the method that you're using. But I'm decently surprised that Grass Valley Girl or Valley Girl is hitting like it did.
Me too. I am pleasantly surprised. So I've seen this Grass Valley Girl for months there. And I have not gotten it yet because it's not been one that's really jumped out at me. I'm like,
Me either. That's exactly why I didn't do it.
And I'm like, well, so even this last time I was looking through and I'm like, no, I'm going to get this one, going to get this one. And I didn't even think about that one. But I'm always trying to get ones that I haven't tried and are new because it's like, well, it would be cool to try a new one, see what the experience is like. And especially for the show, it's great to give you guys stuff versus here's another one of something we've already talked about.
Yeah, like we earlier on, I think it was this last year, and you're like, dude, we do tons of sativa strains. And I'm like, oh shit, I didn't even realize that. And I was like, oh, and you're just like, because I was always like, I don't want to get too high and just when you said that to me, I was like, oh, dude, I can't be like that because it's not for me. It's for them. And it's not fair to you. So it's just like, oh, dude, let's do it. So now we do like tons of different indica strains.
But I love the sativa ones too. It was just after I was realizing, I'm like, oh shit,
we got a lot of sativas.
It's been a lot of sativas. Like we should maybe bring in some other ones here. But at the same time, it was, Bubba Kush had given him a bad experience. And I think there was another indica. Oh, it was after the Zenko in the pen.
Oh, the Banana Kush.
Banana Kush. Yeah, and after that one, it was like, okay, kind of leaned away from indicas for a minute.
Yeah, but it still, though, I mean, now knowing what we know, utilizing tools to be able to help us either, make it more.
The experience
an
is
ignition,
better.
right?
Yeah.
Or a deaccelerator. An accelerator or deaccelerator. And the deaccelerator has been a total game changer. Now I am not worried about having a green out. I'm not worried about having a panic attack now. Like I now knowing what I know, it's been so much more for me now. I can control every bit of the experience. Like when I talk to people and they go, I had a horrible experience. I say, hey, I apologize. That sucks. But I wouldn't throw the baby out with the bathwater. There's a lot of value that this could bring to you. Not everyone is going to make you feel the way you felt.
Yeah.
And I get it, but at the same time, I don't. Because I think it's like, I was talking to a couple last night, and the husband was just like, I thought it was like worst thing ever. Weed is bad. And I had a roommate in college, and he had a bong in our room, in our apartment, and he was just like, he told the guy, he's like, hey man, look, you can do whatever you want, but that makes me feel uncomfortable. Yeah. That's not cool. I really don't appreciate you bringing that here. Like you could get us all in trouble and da-da-da. And then one night, his other roommate that he really liked, not that guy, he was like, he asked him, he goes, hey man, I want to try it. And he said the first hit he took, and he backed away, and all he thought about it, he goes, this is illegal? What? Yeah. How is this changed his life? All of a sudden, he became an avid pot smoker. Dude, he was on the dean's list when he graduated college. He's like, I did great in college. He goes, and I got high every day, all day. I was high all the time. He's like, I had money for food, weed, and college, and in that order. And I was like, yeah, fucking A. And it's just crazy because you think about that. The way it makes me feel isn't a bad thing. It's not out of control. It's not controlling me. I control this ride. But increasing my knowledge has just made it so much better.
100%. Because, and I think about it, like the first beginning moments, the really highest highs was where my whole body felt no pain, where I truly felt like floaty and like all of these things that I'm like, okay, that's what I like. Not all the time. I could never exist in that. That would not be a life to exist in.
Right.
But it might be fun to experience every once in a blue moon.
Yeah.
But to me, I don't ever get in that usually. It's like, okay, I get like here and I feel nice and I'm like, I take away most of my pain, I do whatever, but I'm never like actually high. I don't experience that same stuff. And like you said, a lot of it comes with knowledge and experience and time and going, hey, well, I've researched and done all of this. Like
I've tried different things.
I've smoked probably hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of strains.
Yeah.
Like, I know that.
Right.
And it's like, holy shit, okay, well, that alone, that R&D on my own has been so much learning on how my endocannabinoid works, how I experience things and what doesn't or does work with me. And then as we've learned over the time, like lemon juice and other things are like way more, you can have a way better experience without having to worry about just getting crazy fucked up and crazy high and having a horrible experience that you're never going to, like you said,
you don't want to do it
again.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just fully are turned off. And I think that's it's not the injustice that is being given from the cannabis community. It's the cannabis consumer, because you have to be more, you have to find the information that is going to help you. if you're buying snacks at the store, you understand that there's things you may be allergic to. You may see that there's things that make you feel like shit, and then other things that make you feel pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Why would you do that with cannabis when you know there are hundreds of different strains? And when you're looking at it, not all of them are made the same. You just need to try them out. But you don't have long-term effects.
That's the thing that, unfortunately, as we realized, a lot of people don't realize. So many people think weed is weed is weed.
Yeah.
So they don't even realize there's
What
so
are you
many different
smoking?
strains or terpenes or cannabinoids within it.
Right.
It's just, hey, is that weed?
Yeah.
All right.
How much?
Yeah.
All right.
They don't know what it is, anything about it. It's just weed.
And it's that kind of ignorance where it's gotten people killed, either, I mean, I know there's deliberate uses of fentanyl in cannabis, but that's one of the dangers of buying weed and not knowing where it came from and at least what the strain is, because understanding the strain gives you so much more value.
So I'm not sure how much fentanyl is on like cannabis or not, but I do know that even like Delta 8 products, where it's being sprayed with synthesized cannabinoids, and you're getting products being sold as something else, and you're going, cool, well, maybe it's not fentanyl.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a Delta 9 isolate that's been sprayed on it. So now they're being told that it's a high potency strain, but it's just going to make you crazy anxious because now you're stoked. Like, you don't understand what it is.
Right.
So there's these things that it's like, okay, if you don't have that knowledge, that understanding, you think weed is weed is weed, you don't know what anything else is, you can have some really bad experiences.
Well, that's how I feel about Delta 8 in general, because Delta 8 just makes it feel like, if you're using Delta 8 now and you've never done Delta 9 THC from the actual cannabis plant, not the hemp sativa, there's a huge difference. And if you're taking the synthetic, you don't know any better. You really don't. You're just like, oh, I'm feeling something.
Yeah.
But when you experience this, the Delta 8, there is no strains. It's just Delta 8, and it's not good.
Yeah.
It just isn't good. I have not had a good experience.
They have to, like, usually they change CBD to make Delta 8, and that's when you end up with that compound, and you end up with not really a great experience. Like you said, I've not found a great one either. There's not been a Delta 8 that it's like, I would use this. I would get this regularly or ever.
Yeah, I remember remember those drinks? Those little shots, like 5-hour energy?
I didn't like them.
They were weird.
Yeah.
But then I gave one of them away to our friend Micah. And Micah was like, oh, I loved it. And I'm like, what?
Yeah. Some people are really into that.
I just think if you've used a lot of cannabis, the Delta 8's a big turnoff for you. You're like, nah.
And if it's not, like if you have used a lot of cannabis and you enjoy Delta 8, let us know.
Yeah, why?
Like, we're curious. Like, what has your experience been? Why do you lean towards that?
Yeah, why when you're able to get a better experience by far? And I think that's the person. If you've done LD, I really want to hear the argument.
Or is
like,
it
why
because
is it good?
Maybe you're in a state that is not legal, and that's what you can get access to? Is that why you use Delta 8?
And if that's the case, find a plug.
Yeah, I'm still curious on that. Like, I can always seem to find people, but how do people do that out in the blue randomly?
That'd be a cool
and finding
idea for an
quality
episode.
products that they actually can trust, because, like, oh my gosh, I found from tons of people all across Utah, there is a wide variety in the quality of legacy market products.
Really?
Oh yeah. Yeah, even legacy market, because it's like you got the ones that you're like, yeah, this is
A little
fake.
thinner.
Like,
Yeah.
You're like, oh,
Like
or
what
this
we
one's like
experienced.
shittier quality. You're like, okay, I don't think this one seems good at all. Thus, when you're like, this is 100% botanical terps, you can definitely taste a difference.
Yeah. Yeah, you
The
totally
experience is different. I always can feel it. The guy was like, oh, try this one. And I took, because he was like, oh, it's a Cookies brand one. It's this. And I pulled on it and I was like, gross. I was like, it's
weird.
botanical terps.
Yeah, you can
I don't want
taste
that.
it.
And he was like, oh, man.
I just imagine
okay.
you lifting your pinky. That has botanical terps.
I was like, oh,
want
gross.
that.
I didn't use that.
Oh, you fucking poor people.
I felt bad. We did church with a couple friends, or brunch, I guess, and we were smoking some, and some fell on the table, and I just swept it up and
Threw it away.
went like that, and they were like, and I was like, it's probably pretty bad, but I think I throw away on a daily probably as much as some people might smoke. And she was just like, what? And I'm like, some people smoke a really small amount, and I don't like to smoke it if it's been on like the table or if it's on the ground. Like,
Yeah, you got to think of germs and stuff.
I'm like, Emily has a cat. I don't want cat hair. If there's a chance there's cat hair, nope. Yeah. Anyway.
Well, hey guys, this has been awesome. This has been a pleasure. Check it out. If you're in Utah, go pick up some of this Betty in the Nova Pods, and it's Grass Valley Girl. And if you're outside of Utah, you could probably find something very similar to this, to just Valley Girl.
Get the Valley Girl genetics. Find that SFVOG mixed with Face Off OG. So.
Yeah. What's up, SFV?
All right. Love you guys.
Take care.